Hello everyone, it is TooAwesome here with another video. Now, I recently finished Komi Can't Communicate, and since I think there is no better time to make a video. So, without further ado, let's review Komi Can't Communicate. Komi Can't Communicate is a slice-of-life romance comedy anime first aired on September 6th of 2021. Now, when I began this anime, I was in a bit of a rough spot. Not mentally or anything, but show-wise. I was kind of forcing myself to watch a few shows, and it was just really slow for me. Nothing was catching my interest, and I really needed something to alleviate that feeling of boredom and make watching shows fun for me again. And that's when I stumbled upon Komi Can't Communicate, a new show at the time that seemed interesting enough, plus I was extra intrigued by the thought of something comedic that could break my boredom. So I watched the first episode and was immediately in love. Okay, in love is a strong word, but I really liked the show. First of all, the characters were great. Almost, if not all, were really likable and fun to watch. Even if some were just personified tropes, I still really enjoyed almost everyone's presence and the dynamics they had. And this show starts off relatively small with a few likable characters and gradually expands due to the story, which is something I guess I should touch on now before I go any further. And obviously, no spoilers. But Komi Can't Communicate follows our main characters, Tadano and, well, Komi. Komi is this canonically beautiful and elegant girl who garners way too much attention, to the point where she's low-key praised. Actually, it's not even low-key. She is praised. Like, there are multiple jokes where she's on a throne being bowed down to, but I digress. Anyway, ironically enough, Komi actually has extreme social anxiety, which is probably relatable to a lot of people. So when all this attention is given, she doesn't really know how to deal with it, but she wants to get better and actively tries to do so. So not only are a lot of jokes derived from this initial shyness and almost inability to communicate correctly. Wow, that doesn't sound funny at all, but the show makes it out to be, so what can I say? Also, postscript note, the show doesn't actually make fun of the inherent anxiety, more of the reactions to that anxiety. Just hope that clears some stuff up. Now, back to the script. It also has you rooting along for the development and growth of her character, which is integral for any story that wants to create a connection between the audience and a character. And she tries to get better by creating a goal for herself, to make 100 friends. So with this newfound friend, Tadano, they set out on a journey to accomplish Komi's goal. And it should be easy since she garners so much attention herself, but obviously this is a slice of life comedy, so things don't always go according to plan. But she does meet new people throughout the show, like I said before, and creates these really fun bonds that spark nice narrative and good comedy. Because, let's be real, this show, at least for me, was really funny. Now I know that this comedy may not be for everyone. It can be pretty stereotypical at times, and a lot of the jokes play off this central idea that Komi can't communicate. But I still found these jokes hilarious nonetheless. I was laughing out loud on multiple occasions, and for most of the show, I just had this heartwarming smile on my face the entire time. This show gives me way too much joy aside from the numerous times it made me laugh. It's a pretty wholesome anime. You really love to see this girl get flustered and try to make progress. I may sound lame for saying that, but it's true, and maybe I'm a little biased. I mean, the time I started this show was almost too perfect. This saved me from a pit of boredom, and maybe I really clung to it because of that. I mean, I won't lie, it has its issues. First of all, it's really similar to a lot of other romance slice-of-life comedies. The main character is basically a waifu bait, and a lot of the jokes play off the same idea. But nonetheless, I still really enjoyed this show. Also, I don't really know where else to put this, but the animation was really good. Sometimes. I mean, for the most part, it's pretty typical and solid, but it had its points in being pretty great. Overall, Komi Can't Communicate was a really fun time for me. If it be the jokes that had me laughing out loud or some really likable characters, it had everything it needed to be a good rom-com. On top of that, like I said before, the show may be really relatable for a lot of people. I personally can't say I had that connection, but for those that maybe struggle with communication to their peers, well, they may have an extra special connection to the show. So overall, Komi Can't Communicate gets a 7.5 out of 10. I really liked this show and had a fun time, so I recommend checking it out if you haven't already. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you have any comments of your own, make sure to leave them down below. Trust me, I read them. Also, look at this graph. Okay, but as always, stay awesome, too awesome, thanks for watching.